Hello, welcome to photo editing tutorial by Tejasvi, and this is presented on behalf of Color Candids Photography. So I've taken this image a couple of months ago, and then I just want to show you how to edit this image. This image at the moment is open in Photoshop in full screen mode. Click F and it will take you back to the normal mode, and then click on Tab again to bring all the menus back. So this is the final image after editing. I've not done too much post processing. This is basic cleanup of the objects which were present around this corner, and add a bit of gradient around it, and then remove dark area from here. So I'll just check off all the modifications I've done, and you can see this is the before and that's the after. So I would like to show you how to edit it with each and every step, so you can just follow me along the whole process. Before we do that, I want to just delete all these layers and we can start from beginning. So make a copy of your picture. So now you have a copy of your image. So and let's remove the distractions. In order to remove distractions, click on healing brush tool here, and then increase the size of your brush, and then paint over the unnecessary distractions. If you don't like how it heals up, just do a Command Z. Sticks bit more of playing around with the healing tool. Reduce the size of the brush, that will probably help. That looks good. Okay, that looks decent, although I would like to look a bit more straight there. Okay, that should be okay, because we probably will end up blurring that whole thing. Just leave it there. Now I want to remove the dark patch around here. Okay, it did a very good job there. And once I have this image, I want to keep working with this image, so I'll make another copy of it. So, and probably rename this one. Field, and this one I'll want to blur. So in order to blur, the easiest way for me to find it is just click on blur there, and when you want to blur anything which is a big object or something like that, just use a Gaussian blur and play around with the pixels. In this case, I'm looking at just blurring the walls and stuff, so I'll probably just look at the result I want to achieve with the walls, and select how much ever I like on the radius. So probably around 40 would be good for blurring out just the plain objects. And now once I have the blurred image, I want to apply the blur only to certain parts of the image and not everywhere. So how do I do that? Is using masks. Select the mask icon here, so it will create a mask. So when you have a white mask, that means you can start painting on it in black, and then it will reveal the contents beneath it. Or you could do it the other way, just invert the mask to see whatever contents is beneath it, and then start painting over it in the opposite color. So in this case, I have a white mask. I will invert it using Command and I, pick my brush, and then start painting on the areas where I want it to be blurred. So because it's black, if I want to mask things, I need to start painting over in white. So as I come towards the subject, I will start reducing my opacity. So now we have cleaned up the object, created a nice blur. If you look at the hairs don't look as sharp as they should be. So it could be due to the resolution, and it could be all the way the picture is taken. So I didn't have any assistance or anyone, and not not a very good setup to take a picture. So I was just trying around with whatever gear I had and whatever equipment I had. But I want this image to be a bit more sharper, my hairs to be sharper. So there's a nice cool trick to do this in Photoshop. So we have blurred it. Now let's go and pick the layer beneath the blur and then sharpen it. I make a copy of field and name it sharpen. So and then I'll go find a way to sharpen it. So there are many types of sharpen, and the one I most often use is unsharp mask. You can see the results here. So there are different parameters in unsharp mask. Just put the radius around me and 300 threshold and 3. That's what I mostly do, and set the amount to be around the desired value you like. So make sure you're not spoiling the skin tones. So everything else should be okay. You don't want the image to be like super sharp and skin to be go really bad. So if you look at the preview, the skin looks almost the same as it was, but all other objects, say like the bangles and the hairs, they have kind of sharpened up a lot. So I can keep going up, and then I'll zoom it to make sure I haven't spoiled the texture. So that's the result for you. So if you look at the object where it is, where the sharpen has happened, so the edges were kind of blur and they're a bit more sharper. So I use command I and command plus to zoom in and zoom out on Mac. So this is the final result of this image, where we started with an image which is still pretty good, and this is the final refined image. So because there's a lot of empty area in this, I want to add something more interesting, like a bit of a gradient or a bit of light coming from that side. So the easiest way to do it is go there, add gradient. Oh, that looks beautiful as well, but this is not the look I want for this picture. So I want a radial gradient, which comes it's probably from some corner of the picture. Then I make it like a soft light, and then I want that to be a bigger. I think that looks good. I just need to reduce the opacity and reduce the size. So that's the final image with gradient added. So that is all I wanted to show in as a part of this tutorial. If you do like this if you do like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and you can follow all my photography tutorials on Color Candidates Photography, and you can also follow me on Instagram on Color Candidates. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day ahead.